You may say to me, why are you always talking about Christ in your videos? Why are you so adamant about Him and about telling me about Him? It's because of this. Every human being wants life, and every human being is looking for life as best as they can understand it and wherever they can find it. People look to a lot of things and do a lot of things and go to a lot of things in life to get life and to live life to the fullest as they can understand it. People go to biker clubs, to gangs, to bars, to sex, to porn, to drugs, to nature, to clubs, to politics, to you name it. People go to all kinds of things because that is where they see the most life. Of course, you can't blame people for this. There's no fault in this. This is the way we're created. This is the way we're made. So there's no guilt associated with that. I don't want you to feel guilty about it at all. What I do want you to understand, though, is Christ's purpose. So in the Bible, in the book of John, the 10th chapter, the 10th verse, it tells us what Christ's purpose is. And it says that Christ's purpose is to give life in all of its fullness. That's huge. He's God. He's not God the Father. For all of my Jehovah's Witnesses friends. Yes, I love you guys. I understand that Christ is not God the Father, but Christ is God. Don't ask me to explain that, because I'm not that smart. However, it's supported by tons of Bible verses. You can go find them. Such as, in Him, Christ, all things consist. In Him was life, and the life was the light of men. And others. There's a lot of those. But back to the main point, that Christ's purpose was and is to give life in all of its fullness. That is a huge statement. I just want that to sink in. I want you to grasp that and to understand it. That in order to live life to its fullness, which is what everybody is trying to do out there, Christ is the way to do it. So why do people look to other things? Well, because Christ and God created everything. Christ and God created sex. Christ and God created marriage. Christ and God created nature. Christ and God gave us the ability to form clubs and create cool things, and it's all from God. The Bible also states that, and it's just apparent that everything is from God. Everything that's created was created by God. So we pursue the things that God created to give us life, which is a right thing to do, but we need to pursue them with acknowledging Him as their source. When you pursue them apart from Him and not acknowledging Him as their source, then they become empty, just like I talk about in my other videos, where pursuing goodness apart from God and apart from Christ is a fruitless effort as well. Because God is the source of all goodness, and God Himself is good. So to pursue goodness apart from God is pointless and fruitless, and it'll get you hurt in the end. So pursuing the things in life can be pointless. They are fulfilling to a degree, I fully admit it. I love nature myself, boy. And of course, who doesn't like sex? Everybody likes sex. But that's why I point you to Christ. That's why I want you to get to Christ so much, is because It all comes from Him, and He is the source of all life. Him and God the Father are the source of all life. And Christ's purpose is to give life in all of its fullness. So, when we, as we all have, experience things that are the opposite of the fullness of life, which we all do, and we all have, the way to get the fullness of life back is in Christ. It's in Him. That's why I want you to get Him. I don't want you to get Him so that I can earn brownie points or so that you can go to church and so that I can convert you. No, 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 no. No, no, no. What I want you to do is have life to the fullest. That's why I point you to Christ all the time. Now, this must be stated that it is apparent in life, and especially in America, North America, yes, that those of us who claim to represent Christ have not always done a good job. And there's a lot of us. We have not always done a good job of illustrating that Christ is giving us life to the fullness. I am the first to admit that I am guilty of this, have been guilty of this, of not illustrating that the Christ whom I serve and have faith in and follow gives the fullness of life. Boy, am I the first to admit it. Ask anybody that knows me. But that's my fault. It's not His. But I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm sticking to Him, boy. And more importantly, He's sticking to me. That's really what it boils down to. He's sticking to me. But, man, I am sticking to Him with everything I got because I want the fullness of life, man. I don't know about you, but I am just done with everything else. I'm 47, boy, and I'm done with it all. Every single bit of it. If it's not life, and life in Christ.